Hello. Hello there, Galileo. So when will they find out who or what caused the Nord Stream leak or rupture? That's the question. When will they, you all? When will they do their investigations? And what will the investigations reveal? Hello, Michelle and Debbie. Thank you for joining in. Hello there, Francisco. So that's the question. It is. When will they finish it? And I know there's a lot of theories about what happened and how it happened. A whole lot of theories out there, but they're yet to release an official reason. So right now there's a lot of speculation. There is, and the Pentagon chief said that I didn't play that video. He said, I think the leaks occurred in the Denmark area or something, and I think he said it'd take a few days for them to get their divers out there, you all. So they don't want to speculate at this time. And if you haven't listened to either of those press briefings, the first one, it's over 330,000 views. And the second press briefing, well, they've cut the traffic to it, and as a result, the traffic to this channel, because they couldn't have that many. They don't want that much feedback, you all. They don't, and you got a lot of feedback the very first press briefing. But it is important to see what's going on in the world, military-wise, you all. But who or what caused that leak? And was it a deliberate sabotage? Really, was there? Because there's all this methane gas. I read that it equates to, I don't know how many. I read up on it this morning. 5.6 million or billion things of cars or houses, humans, emitting it, you all in one great big old thing. They said the release of the methane will stop, I think on Saturday or Sunday, because they did not know exactly how much gas was still in the pipelines. Well, let's think about it this way. Hello. If the one Nord Stream 1 was shut off at the pump, and that one had a leak in it, and the other one, well, it wasn't shut off, but then that got a rupture in it or a leak in it too. So then do you think it was shut off immediately when they discovered there was a drop in pressure? Do you think it did? Because if not, that's a lot of methane going into the atmosphere. It's a lot of you know what type of gas, and I'm not going to say the word. I'm not. And I can tell you what else interacts with methane. Let's talk about something that uses methane gas. And if you know the answer to this, you go ahead and put it out here, you all. What else uses methane gas? It's a critical component. And it's drawn to the methane gas. It literally draws this out. Hello, because this is what I found very interesting about the methane gas and the area in which that gas is now in the atmosphere. Yeah. Heat and light. Let's see, you all. That's right. If you're just tuning in, Anglo-Saxons blew it up. Is that one theory that came out? We'll call it a theory. Okay, we will. Hello, Penny. Let me tell you what else is drawn to the methane. Let me stand still for this. It's dark matter in CERN. Dark matter, when CERN has their things going on, you know, dark energy, antimatter, kind of one and the same. Inside the great big pipes, the methane is heated up and it, like, I think bonds or something to the inside of the pipes, and it's drawn to it, is what it is. So could you imagine with the release of methane, great big area way up there in the atmosphere. And if CERN's got something going on, it's like a 3-in-1 thing. It's like a big vacuum too, they said. That collider hadron particle thing, it's like a vacuum also, but methane inside and dark matter. So that is an enormous amount of methane in the atmosphere. And if there's dark matter out there, you know there is. It is going to be drawn to it, along with all the lightning strikes that we've got going on. And we've seen it in the real-time lightning maps. Real-time lightning, tons and tons of lightning strikes. And it's fairly close enough in that area, in the Baltic Sea, kind of sort of near CERN. Now, this is theorizing, you all. This is nothing but a theorizing of Gina with this methane gas, okay? And the heating up and all of that. Yeah. Someone said 2 years ago we would need a gas. So this superheats by 80%. Thank you, Christina. Yeah. It's insane in Las Vegas. France had a submarine in the water near the pipeline. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the official theory. There's going to be more than one side. There's going to be two sides to anything, really. Two sides. There's always two sides, sometimes 3 or 4 sides about what happened in no matter what it is, you all. CERN, let me read this. I wonder if CERN or the satellites causing the radiation because they don't always add up with the solar flares. Okay, that's true, you all, but I highly encourage you to do a little bit of an investigation on your own into CERN and methane gas and dark matter. Just do dark matter, antimatter, and methane gas. Do it, because there's an enormous amount that now is been released. Say the methane is up there, which it is, and it's this methane gas that has been released is supposed to hang around for like 20 years before it slowly dissipates. 20 years is a long time. It's a very long time. Yeah. So if there was you all get this. So what if CERN opened up a portal? Because they have that ability. In theory, they want to open up a parallel universe. They really do, so they can learn from it. But what if a portal was opened up near the methane gas, okay, and there's that antimatter, that dark matter out there, entity, and it is drawn to it, and as it does, boom. And they were explaining, I've got it all pulled up on my laptop. My laptop's not in front of me. I didn't look at it since this morning. They were explaining what dark matter looks like once it enters during a simulating. They were simulating how you would be able to notice it in the skies, in the atmosphere, once it came our way. So we know that's one of their greatest feats, is drawing out dark matter. They want it. And if you remember one video about CERN, I have a CERN playlist, you all. This is important. It's about methane gas. And the large magnets, they need, what is it, liquid something? Helium. They need helium to keep them cooled down. But inside the chambers is like methane gas. Inside these like things where it goes twirling around and something like that, you all. Christine, honey, I believe you. So there was an accident, they said, at CERN. I forget how many years ago, and 10 scientists ended up, you know, that was the end of them. But when they did this one experiment, this was documented on the YouTube channel. I did a video on it just not too long ago, maybe a week ago. This 16-foot, I think it was 16-foot dark shadowy figure. First it was like a line or something. Dark shadowy figure emerged. And it's said that we will pay something like that because now they have been discovered. And they cannot let that go unnoticed or something. Like we ventured into their domain. We know that they exist. Something like that. It was really creepy. It really was. But now we got the great big methane gas, and dark matter is attracted to that methane. It draws it out. Memphis finest. Well, thank you. Yeah. So please, you all, I encourage you, I really do encourage each and every one of you to look up methane gas and dark matter, okay, or antimatter, how it is related with CERN. But you have to do the methane gas and dark matter and see what you find. If you dig enough, you can find it. I promise you, you will find it. Cthulhu. Now, we had some stuff on Cthulhu, too. Might like methane. Maybe open portals on both sides of the earth, of the Pacific, too. There are... Okay, now let me tell you something else. Let's talk about this because... sorry, I don't have my laptop in front of me. The lightning strikes. The lightning that is in the air, all these lightning strikes and stuff. And like now the methane gas. And these black clouds, carbon base, that's Saturn's atmosphere. Okay, you see where I'm going at? That is creating the atmosphere that's on Saturn. Yeah, methane gas, lightning, plasma, all of it. And then I thought, okay. And I wanted to ask a question this morning. I really did, but I didn't. Didn't want to push it. Someone mentioned something about Saturn, the return of Saturn, the god or something. Somebody mentioned something about it. It's not been too long ago, and I can't remember what they said about Saturn. Kronos, is that what you said? Kronos, the black cube of Saturn. Saturn is the original sun. Saturn. Oh. Yeah, you all. So just think that. The lightning, the plasma, the black clouds that are carbon-like from the heat and the methane in the atmosphere. I would not want to terraform this earth to match that, because that's up there in the atmosphere, you all. Could you imagine if Earth got terraformed to the atmosphere of Saturn? Hello, Applebrooks, honey. Yeah. The moon has a military... Okay. Yeah. No, I've never heard of the Ben Stone, you all. I haven't. Oh, okay. Um, um, Saturn is controlling it. You saw a black cube when you kept focusing. It's a device, connects to the moon. But we're talking about that Nord Stream, and that's the reason I brought up the methane, because there's a lot of methane gas that has been released, and it lingers in the atmosphere for around 20 years before it slowly dissipates. And CERN also has methane gas too, and dark matter is attracted to it. But I wonder who is going to, and when are they going to come up with another statement on what caused these. There's three leaks now. What caused the leaks? President Putin has already spoken, and we're just waiting for the other side to say what has happened, but they said it's going to take a few days before they can get some divers down there to investigate. You saw a commercial airliner stop flight in midair. Jessica, are you serious? You saw a commercial airliner do that? It could be a part of terraforming Earth. Well, it's not unknown of. If you watch the sci-fi movies, it isn't. They terraform the planets is what they do. Yeah. So that's what I'm wondering. When will the investigations be done? And it's not good regardless. The reason why it happened, how it happened, really it's all now because the people are going to feel the brunt of it. They're going to feel the effect of what has been caused, whether it's deliberate or whether it was accidental. The people are going to have to face the consequences of what has happened. And the people didn't do it. Okay, they didn't. It feels like we're going to hear something, experience ourselves, but we all, yeah. Yeah, I saw that, Maria. That was today. Yeah, so, oh well, there's nothing we can do about it, you all. We better make sure we are prepared on the inside of here and strong enough to face whatever's coming our way. We do. We're caught in an external apocalypse of, yeah, the Higgs boson. I have no idea what the underwater UFOs are called. I guess you can just call them whatever you want to call them, especially since they're underwater. Problem, reaction, solution. Next. CERN frightens me. Yeah. Saturn will be shot away from us. Different sage. I have no idea. I don't know the specifics of any of it because I have not got into details and stuff. All I know is that I think now there's 3 leaks. There could be even more than that. Something about near Denmark and stuff. That press briefing, I think, told where the leaks were located. Yeah. Does anyone... DEFCON. What is DEFCON at? I have no idea what it's at right now. Something has been in move for a while. Rich the Prophet, hello. 48 laws of power. Okay, Michael, honey, Michael, Marcelo, Gina. What about the officially defaulting US dollar as of tonight? Michael, honey, I have not heard anything about that. Have you all heard anything about the dollar defaulting tonight? Because that obviously is something going around. I don't know where it originated from. And could it be true? Really, could it be true? Thank you. I like them too. Yeah, we haven't heard of anything like that. China is going to drop the dollar. Better get ready. You all. Something about the dollar defaulting. I'm sure there is an origin for that, I'm sure. And it has its own circle in which it makes its rounds. And then it like branches off to those areas that are within that circle, and then it goes to smaller circles. That's how I think it works. I don't know where it originated, and I think this is the first time I've heard of that. That's right. I've never heard about Saturnalia, Amen Ra. I really haven't. I talked about Saturn because of the methane gas and all the lightning strikes, the lightning in the atmosphere and the carbon-based clouds, dark clouds in its atmosphere. It sounds very inhospitable to live in. It's certainly, we couldn't breathe in that type of an atmosphere. Yeah, I haven't heard of Saturnella. Wendy, I seen that. Oh, I'm not worried about the dog man in my area. And you're referencing when that, whatever it was, it showed up. It was about this tall. Right here. In my driveway, and it stood there, and then this is its territory. It went off this way into the woods, is what happened. They worshipped Saturn. Okay. Oh, Saturnalia is where we get modern day. Oh, I didn't know that. This is the first time I ever heard that word in my life when Amun Ra mentioned it. Yeah, different sage. Yes, it's in the Baltic Sea. I thought you were talking about the exact location, like how many meters it was from each whatever country or area that it was located in the Baltic Sea. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I didn't have the logistics right down there too, how many meters and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Penny, honey, you gotta go bye-bye. Nimrod. If something has the value of 0, how can it be defaulted? Yeah. You wondered what it was near. Oh, okay. So you all, we don't know the official, don't have an official statement yet. And they're not going to speculate. The Pentagon isn't. And we won't see another update from the Pentagon, I think, until another week, if I'm allowed to share it again. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There was a time when they quit giving press briefings, the Pentagon did. And when was that? Back in the 2012s or 11s or something like that. They quit giving out their press briefings or something. I have no idea when our dance time is. If I've got to be in the mood to dance. I really do. The hurricane event that I have no idea about this hurricane event thing. I didn't really follow that much of that either, you all. You've seen something on the... Oh, let's hear this. Some guy, you've not been able to find any dollar bills newer than 2017. Ones, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, and 100. That's interesting. That really is interesting. Yeah, something is strong right now, you all. So hopefully, we probably won't hear anything official from the military or the Pentagon until maybe next week sometime about that Nord Stream leak. We may not. Chances are we probably won't. Which it'd be nice to have an official statement. It would, because we already heard what President Putin said concerning it. Trading spaces, places. Yeah. I am going to be going, you all. I just wanted to get on here really fast and see if, when would the statement come out? When would we find out from, you know, what happened when they finished their investigation? If they have even, probably haven't even started their investigation. Yeah. Thank you, Apple Brooks, for coming on here, you all. So I am going to go, you all. And check out those other videos. That's what I got to say. And look up dark matter and methane. Okay, that's a good rabbit trail for you to go on. Dark matter and methane, because it is attracted to it. It is drawn to it. It draws it straight to it. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, you all. Love you.